my favorite quote is starve your distractions, feed your focus. As you whittle down your distractions, momentum will be in your favor because now you can focus on building towards completing your priorities or handling your business, as they say.
The enemy knows that if you ever focus, you're going to be unstoppable. So he sends all these distractions in your life, and the greater the mission in your life, the greater the distraction comes in your life.
My father used to tell me, a focused fool can accomplish more than a distracted genius. And so your most valuable asset isn't your time, it's your attention. A man with time and distractions will always lose to a man with a deadline and a singular focus. And so it's never been easier to be successful than it is today. It's just also never been easier to be distracted.
You want to know one of the craziest things that happens when you start getting focused? I mean, like really focused. I mean, like people haven't heard from you and trying to figure out what's going on with you and why you're not around focus, that kind of focus. One of the craziest things that happen is that when you start telling people no, like, know what, nah, I'm not coming out to the thing, or, you know, I got this thing to go to, or, you know, whatever it is you're focused on, they'll try to make you sound like you crazy. Oh, you don't want to hang out with us no more, or you don't want to go to this thing, or you don't want to do this, or have this kind of behavior, have this kind of attitude, or do the same things we used to do. It's crazy. They'll make you seem like you crazy.
The best definition of focus comes from Steve Jobs, and he explains that focus isn't about saying no to bad ideas. It's about saying no to good ideas. So you have the time for great ideas.
Just stay focused, you understand? You know what I'm saying? Keep your mind straight on the prize. Don't let nothing get in between. You gotta focus up. You can't let shit get in between the way you and your goal. You gotta just do it. You gotta just do it.
Stop managing time. What you need to start managing, your focus. Because what happens when you start managing focus? Oh wow, all of a sudden we have more time. Think about when you were really focused in on something. You paid no attention to the time. You were so focused. You didn't know whether that task took you 5 minutes or 5 hours, but you got the end result. That's what action takes. It requires you to be focused.
My focus is too critical for me not to guard it. You have an alarm on your house because you love it. You have an alarm on your car because you love it. You have alarm notifications set up on your online banking, so if anybody tries fraud, you get notified. Right. But yet, you leave your focus unguarded. See, you ain't got to have nothing to be around me, but you at least got to be focused on something to be around me. Because distracted people do what? Distract people. If I don't call you back, I'm guarding my focus. If I don't come around, I'm guarding my focus.
We are so good at focusing on what could go wrong, we make it go wrong. And the way we make it go wrong is by avoiding the actions that could make it go right, because we're worried about it not going right. And so therefore, the neglect of the actions that would make it go right cause it to go wrong.
Focus is a power. Whatever you focus on will get stronger. Whatever you focus on will get better. If you focus on your health, it'll get better. Because the areas of your focus are the areas of your reward, and the areas of your neglect are the areas of your pain. If you focus on your marriage will get better. You focus on your family, your children will get better. Whatever you focus on will get better. Focus on your business, focus on your finances will get better. Focus on your grades, your study, your grades will get better. Focus on building your body, it will get better. Focus on your diet, your health will get better. Focus, whatever you focus on will get better, because the areas of your focus are the areas of your reward, but the areas of your neglect are the areas of your pain.
What I discovered about focusing in on a goal or something you want to accomplish is that the moment that you focus in on what you want to do, that's when you begin to have energy to do it. A distracted person lacks energy. And when they get to the thing they need to be focusing in on, they don't have the energy to give. But when a person says, no, this is the one thing I'm going to do, and they set their mind to it, they set their eyes on it, they set their hand to do it, all of a sudden energy begins to fill their life. Why? Because what you focus on, what you concentrate on, what you desire to accomplish, once your eyes are fixed on that, it begins to energize you and you begin to see the possibility of making it happen.
Science shows that multitasking reduces efficiency and increases stress. So here's what I want you to do. When you're working, silence your notifications, close your extra tabs, set up a 25-minute timer, and work with full focus.
Focus. Someone told me this acronym. Focus on one course until successful. That's great, because far too many times I see people, they start to get good at one thing and they want to do 3 more things. I have so many friends that started making money and all of a sudden they wanted to become day traders or Bitcoin traders or open a restaurant. And that's a mistake. You got to stay aligned and true to the one thing you're great at and keep going with that. You want to stay focused. The greatest people in the world stick to what they know best. So stick to one thing, stick to it, and stay great.
If we want to achieve great success, it requires extreme focus. You got to say no to distractions. You got to focus on what matters. What are the things you're going to do that's going to get you closer to your goal? What'll make the boat go faster is extreme focus on my goal and taking every action every day that's going to get me closer to the goal. If you could do that, if I could do that, we're going to achieve our goals. It's when we're distracted and we don't say no to things and we do things that move us backwards away from the goal, that's where we fail. Get focused, say no, ask yourself, will it make the boat go faster?
Your attention is a superpower. It is super easy to spot a green car when all you're thinking about is a green car. It's also easy to spot opportunities when you're thinking about and looking for opportunities. And it's easy to find reasons to be mad when you are thinking about or focused on being mad. Your attention matters, because what you think about and what you focus on is what you see and what you become.
I'm that kind of person say, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do 100%.
Yeah.
No in the middle, no 90%, no, I'm 100%.
You wanna reach your goal? How to reach the goal the quickest? Be focused with your energy. Meaning, be focused with the mind. Don't lose the goal from the mind. Whatever you do, from the moment of waking up until the evening, whatever you do, keep the goal in the mind.
You see, like, are you happy? What's wrong with you? I'm driven. I'm obsessed. And that's what you see.
Right? You can beat most people at anything if you just stick with it for a year. If you're willing to suck at something for 100 days in a row, then you could beat most people at most things. The bar for excellence has never been so low. And so most of your competition quits after the first sign of difficulty, the first impasse in the mountain where they don't immediately get it.
I have led a toothless life, I have never bitten into anything. I was waiting. I was reserving myself for later on, and I have just noticed that my teeth have gone.
The next 6 months, I want you to be completely selfish, and I want you to put every ounce of your energy into your goals to get to the point where you want to get to. I mean, every single ounce you have, every waking moment you have, every free time you have, invest that into yourself. Invest in yourself for the next 6 months. Study podcasts, listen to books. Take the next 6 months, invest into yourself, go out there and take action. And every waking ounce you have, you put that into yourself in the next 6 months, and you will be so surprised the person you have become by the end of the year.
If you have a goal that you want to achieve, if you really want to achieve it, then you've got to stay focused on it. You've got to repeatedly make sure that it's in the forefront of your mind. And then you have to take your mind off it to do something else for a while. Remind yourself that when you're done with that diversion, put your mind back on the point. From wherever the mind wanders, you immediately bring it back under control of the self. That means bring it back under conscious focus upon that which you need to focus it on to achieve the goal. And you repeatedly do this again and again. Every time the mind wanders, bring it back. When the mind wanders, bring it back. Time will go by and you'll catch it and you'll realize you've wandered. Immediately bring it back and put it upon your point of focus.
The greatest power is to be self-controlled, to be able to train the mind and energy to focus it exactly where you want it and when you want it to be. You are completely detached and undeterred from external ups and downs. You're able to navigate anything that seems tough, challenging, fun, excitement with the same amount of being equipoised and balanced in equanimity without being too excited in pleasure or being too depressed in pain.
We do not feel based on life. We feel by the meaning we give life. And every moment, we are the creators of our own meaning. That is the only thing we can control. We can't control the outside world. We control this world inside. This and this. Head and heart is controlled by what you decide to focus on and the meaning you give it. If you change what you focus on, you change everything.
One of the most impactful things my mentor said before, said the difference between people that are hyper successful and the people that are not is that the people that are hyper successful focus on intention and ignore distractions. And the people who are not don't. They focus on distractions and being distracted instead of focus on being intentional and focus on intentioning. Don't let people make you feel crazy because you say, you know what, for 6 months, for a year, for however long it takes, I'm gonna keep my head down. I'm gonna stay focused, doing what I gotta do. I know exactly what I wanna do. I know exactly what I want to accomplish. I know exactly why I wanna do it. And I'm gonna block out everything else and everyone else that is not contributing to me getting there. And if people feel some kind of way after knowing that that's the case, then you know that's not your people. Either way, you focus on you. Don't worry about them.
The law of concentration simply says this. It says that whatever you dwell upon grows. Whatever you dwell upon grows. Whatever you think about over and over again grows in your reality. It's very simple. I used to do a course on creative thinking, and the way that you explain it is you imagine that this is the total mental capacity that you have. And when you send a thought into this, it takes up this amount of space, and all the rest of the mental capacity is used to think about all of the other things in your mind. But the more you think, from the conscious down to the subconscious, the more of your mental capacity is committed to thinking about this one idea until you reach a point where if you dwell upon something consistently, you reach a point where you think of nothing else. And as you think of nothing else, you begin to set up this vibratory field. The subconscious mind is the core of the law of attraction and the law of vibration and the law of radiation. You begin to set up this vibratory field that sends out thought energy from you consistent with what you are thinking about and draws back into your life people and circumstances in harmony with those thoughts. So you just have to look around you and you have to say, what are you thinking about all the time? What are you dwelling on all the time? And the basic rule with regard to the law of concentration is to dwell upon, think about what you want to happen, not about what you fear.
Focus equals feeling. Whatever you focus on, you're going to feel. Even if it's not true and you focus on it, you will feel like it's true. Focus equals reality to the individual, even though it's not reality in actuality. Hear me now. This is one of the most important things to tell you. I would jot it down if you would. We do not experience life. We only experience the life we focus on. I'm going to say that again. We do not experience life. We only experience the life we focus on. What's wrong is always available. So is what's right. But it all determines on what you focus on. Right now, there are millions of things happening. You could focus on millions, yes, literally millions. Because there's lots of things your brain basically distorts, deletes, and generalizes. If you were to take in everything that's happening consciously, you go stark raving mad. And so what happened is some people are pissed off and some people are worried. It has nothing to do with the other person, has nothing to do with the event. It has to do with what you focus on. So we don't experience life. So the most important skill in life is controlling your focus.
1 hour of focused concentration on one concept, one idea, doubles the number of connections in your brain if you're present with that information. The brain is mapping information neurologically. If you don't repeat it, if you don't think about it, if you don't review it, those circuits prune apart within hours or days. So if learning is making synaptic connections, then remembering is maintaining and sustaining that information. And people have to think about it because it's so much easier to forget this information than to remember it. And the experience then causes jungles of neurons to be organized into more complex networks. And we understood that the more the person can understand what they're doing and why they're doing it, the how gets easier and they'll assign meaning to the act.
When you are a person who has a lot of focus and can focus in on a singular thing, then it's very easy to actually get the know-how and, the tangible knowledge needed to accomplish your goals. And second, when you're focused in on a singular task and you can do that for a long time, you really start to enjoy it. For me, one of the ways that I was actually able to get to $10 million after tax by the age of 21 was through focus. If you're at a point in life where you have these goals, but it feels like when you sit at your desk, you can't get to it. Like it's too hard. You're just constantly distracting yourself. That means that you need to work on your focus. And in order to work on your focus, you need to reset your dopamine levels.
One of the most important life skills that anybody can develop is focus and concentration. I know when I try and figure out an idea for a book that I'm writing, and I give it an hour and then I distract and I go away, I lose something. But if I dig for 4 or 5 hours for 10 days into this one problem, like a madman, obsessed with it, I get somewhere. I get some truth to it, And Steve Jobs, the person that we venerate, he was the master of that. Unfortunately, the person who ironically created the iPhone that's driving us all crazy, but he would close his door, leave me alone for 24 hours. I'm going to think this through. You don't realize the power that you have with your brain when you focus on something simple for enough time. It's like a drill boring into a piece of wood. You got to keep on boring and boring and boring until you get all the way through.
Whatever we think about, we tend to have some sort of connection with. We did a study back in the 80s. I did 1,000 doctors' offices. We go through all their patient files that have been inactive for 6 months or longer, haven't been in. And we then read their file, look at everything, and just study their file. 20% within 1 week would show back up in the office consistently. And the same thing, almost everybody has thought of somebody and they go, oh, they called all of a sudden. You have these synchronicities. In my breakthrough experience program, I see this every week. And people said, I just finished this exercise to love this individual and overcome any judgments on them. And I haven't talked to them in 11 years. They just called me. So this happens consistently. And so I'm no doubt that we have a resonation process also by what our innermost dominant thought is. It does become our outermost tangible reality. When we prioritize our motor actions and live by highest priority and prioritize our sensory perceptions and see things, no matter what happens, how it's helping our highest priority, then we are in the flow and we start to see opportunities and take advantage of opportunities and run into the people, places, things, ideas, and events in our life to help us manifest our innermost dominant thought.
You got 24 hours in a day. 8 hours you sleep, right? And most people work a 9 to 5. So 8 hours you working. Okay, so we had 16 hours. We got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we'll be at 19. Take your hour to get ready. So we had 20 hours. So you guys cannot spend 4 hours going up, they lying. Oh, I like this photo. Oh, they faking. Sending photos to other people. Y'all got to get focused. I'm where I'm at because I'm focused. Tunnel vision. I'm focused on what I got to do. Y'all got to have a game plan.
When I work, I work. When I sleep, I sleep. When I eat, I eat. Where you place the attention, this is where the energy goes. You do things as a one unit. You don't sit here and think about the holidays. And then you travel to the holidays, but you are thinking about work. I place my attention somewhere else, my energy goes somewhere else.
You are where you at because you're focused. When you focus, I used to be the type of person, I try to do a million things at once. Then I turn around and I look and I ain't did nothing. So I focus now. A lot of people don't make it in his business and in my business because they lose focus. Girls, drugs, guys, all that is distraction.
Where you place your attention is where you place your energy, period. Yes. So then the stronger the emotion that you have to some problem or condition or person in your life, the more you're paying attention to them. So they captured your attention. So you're giving your power away to that person, right? Because they're capturing your attention. So then there's an energetic connection to every person, everything in your past, present reality has your energy connected to it. So now, this is the significance. When a person really decides to be defined by a vision of the future instead of the memory of the past, the hardest part about it is all of a sudden becoming conscious and not making the same unconscious choice.
I never watch what somebody else does. It does not matter.
So what did you think? What was your ultimate goal? What did you want to do?
To be the best.
To be the best.
Within myself. I'm not in competition with anybody.
So you didn't care what form that took?
No, I don't care what people say. If you focus on being the best within yourself, all that stuff will come. I hear people say, get your money on, get your money on. I hate that. And that's your motivation? If you do well, the money will come.
Thoughts are very powerful. Thoughts are the most powerful things we have. It's a great tool. The thoughts you think today are creating the future you're going to have tomorrow. If you want to know what you were thinking a year ago, look at what's going on in your life right now. You've attracted that by the thoughts you were thinking. The only thing that's going to change your future is by choosing to think a different set of thoughts, choosing a different set of imagination, pictures in your head, choosing a different set of actions, choosing a different set of behaviors and what you say. That's the only thing that you have any control over, is your thoughts, the imagination, and what you say and do. And so we have to realize that we are very much controlling our future and our own destiny by the thoughts we think. And you can learn to deliberately create whatever you want by learning to change your life. It doesn't matter what your current situation is, you can change it. There are no limitations. There are only limitless possibilities in your life.
I came to understand when I was in my 20s that if you were going to attempt something meaningful and responsible and difficult, that you had to make the proper sacrifices. And the sacrifices are the elimination of anything that's interfering. Anything. All of you.
In life, if you're not careful, there are an infinite number of things that will drag you down as a person. Whether it's your own ego, whether it's other people's petty egos, whether it's stupid arguments that are taking place, like all these little things that can absolutely distract you, they can bother you, they can drive you crazy, they can waste a bunch of your time and effort, and all you need to do is rise above.
If you know how to concentrate on one thing, you have an edge. If you can be focused and not look at everything else that everybody else is looking at, 50 different philosophies, 75 different ways to make money, 19 different streams of income, if you can figure out a way to go here, all of that stuff's gonna come your way. You show me anyone today who knows how to concentrate, I'll show you someone that nobody wants to compete with.
Hey, look, if you don't separate yourself from your distractions, eventually your distractions are gonna separate you from your goals. Like, think about it for a second. You start something and then you stop because you get distracted. And like I said, it's so easy to get distracted by things that's not bringing you any type of longevity, positivity, or any type of growth. It's so easy to get distracted and thrown off, but you gotta seriously lock back in, because you pray about the life that you want, but you're constantly getting pulled away from people, from things, from negative energy, from all types of stuff, from each and which way. And it's pulling you back from your full potential. It's pulling you back from reaching your full potential. Stop getting distracted. Like you said last year that this was gonna be the last year, and here we are, and you're still getting distracted. Like, this is your sign to really lock into what you really want out of life. You want a fit body? Lock in. You want your bank account to overflow? Lock in. You want to leave your 9 to 5 and become your own boss? Lock in. All the stuff that I just named off is waiting on you. Like, you're the only one that can really hold you back. Can't nobody out here hold you back from your full potential except for you. But the only way to get to where you're trying to go is to cut out the distraction. Like, the people that's around you that's constantly pulling you to the club every weekend, that's pulling you back to bad habits, sometimes you have to cut them off in order to get to where you're trying to go. And if they don't understand that, then so be it. They're not for you. Just because they claim to be in your corner doesn't mean they're in your circle. And that's what you gotta wake up and realize, is that if you really want the life that you want, it's on the other side of your distraction. The moment that you lock in and you discipline yourself and you really like hone in to what you're trying to do in life, things around you are gonna start changing, and you slowly gonna start seeing stuff fall in line. But in order to see that, you gotta open your eyes to all the distractions that's pulling you back. Because if you just constantly just keep getting pulled into distractions, into negativity, and to those bad habits, you're gonna stay there. Like, it's time to grow up. It's time to lock in. Like I said, if you're not seeing this by accident, this is your sign to lock in and stop getting distracted.
I don't know who need to hear this right now. Hey, listen, when you on your way up, it's gonna seem like everything that could go wrong is going wrong when you on your way up. Everything gonna start pulling against you. Don't let that shit distract you, because it's harder to go up the hill than it is to come down the hill. Hey, stay focused. It's just a little shedding phase before you can receive your blessings. Everything that ain't supposed to be around you, it ain't gonna be around you. That means loved ones, families, friends, whatever. Stay in alignment with what you focused on and your goal. and I swear to God it's coming.
I hate social media. It's poison. That phone is the biggest distraction in the world. When it comes time for the phone, I'm on the phone. When not, I don't use it. I'm all about being present where I'm at. The biggest thing you have to do is shut off technology. You have to go dark. What I mean by that is you have to be quiet in your mind. Get away from people. We love being around people. We love talking. We love parties. We love all that shit. You have to explore, examine the insides of yourself. And what do you really want out of life?
But I promise you, bro, you have so much potential. If you literally just took it and put it in one place, you could literally change your life.
It's so easy to be great nowadays, my friend, because most people are weak. Most people don't want to go to that extra mile. Most people don't want to find that extra because it sucks. It's miserable. It's lonely.
A great leader is number one, focus. And we talk about this often, the weapons of mass distraction. You cannot be great and have a swivel on your head. You cannot be great and be distracted by many things. You've got to be singular. You got to be focused. Do not look to the right or to your left. Keep your eye straight in front of you. What you are building requires your eye on the ball. Major focus, major intentionality.
Whatever going on in your life, you stick to the plan. Don't let nothing sidetrack you. Stick to the plan. Stick to your plan. Follow your rules and guidelines you set for yourself to achieve the accomplishments.
Stay focused. Don't listen to nobody. Don't listen to nobody, homie. What's on your mind, just do it. Because what's destined for you, you gonna get it.
Just eliminate all external distractions and just focus on the process itself and enjoying it every single day. Chopping wood, carrying water. Greatness is not meant for a few chosen people. It's meant for those who persistently pursue their dreams every day and make that choice when they wake up.
Sometimes you got to cut people off. That's what I was able to be my best, to cut people off that's not helping me get to where I'm going, that or even being a distraction. Just negative people around, you need to cut them off. I don't care if you kin to them or whatever. If they not on the same page with you. Like, I don't want people just running with me no more. I want people pushing me.
Most people don't go and they don't chase their dreams because the people around them tell them shit that just isn't true. Hey, be realistic. What do you think you're gonna do? Become J.K. Rowling? You had a great career. You need to be thankful. Don't forget where you came from, right? We hear all this shit every day from a bunch of losers, and it gets in our heart and our mind, and it causes us to hesitate. So your goal here is to realize that we only have one existence, we only have one opportunity, and you need to ask yourself, what are you going to value at the end of your life? Are you going to value the work that you did? Are you going to value the things that you created? Or are you going to value doing what everybody else expected of you?
The only person that you really can compare yourself in some real sense is you, because your previous instantiation is the only person who matches your talents and your limitations perfectly. You can strive to be somewhat better than you were, and you can attain that. Even if you're not very disciplined, you can be 1% better than you are in 2 months. That's 6% better in a year, which is quite a lot, especially because it compounds. And in 5 years, with compounding, you're way better than you were. That's a good thing to know, especially that it can also be done incrementally. It removes envy, but it also sets you in a position where you can reward yourself for genuine, small-scale, implementable undertakings.
But what do you think most people focus on more often? What they have or what's missing?
What's missing?
That's right. What do you think more often people focus on? What they can control or can't control?
What they can't control.
Yeah. And then I'll add one more. Do you focus more on the past, the present, or the future? We all do all three, but we tend to have one we focus more on. Mm-hmm. Where do you think more people focus?
Past.
That's right. Mm-hmm. They see what's missing. They focus on all the things they can't control. There's plenty we can't control, but there's plenty we can influence and plenty we can't control. Just a couple of changes like that completely change someone's life. And so those changes in the beliefs and values change what they look moment to moment, change their experience of life. They're no longer depressed.
It's all about focus. I don't care who you are, where you're from, doesn't matter. You're just having a focus and having a purpose. Right? You wake up every single day to get better today than you were yesterday. It doesn't matter what you are. You're a basketball player, a hockey player, golf player, painter, right? It doesn't matter. Right? You try to reach your full potential by getting better every single day, and that's the quest.
We live in a world today that is full of distractions.
And we're constantly bombarded with different things, different distractions, and endless options and opportunities that could take our attention. You can do anything, as I've heard, but you can't do everything. Saying no is a must for focus, because if you don't control your attention, someone else or something else will, guaranteed. So when we say yes to everything, all we do is we spread ourselves too thin. We end up trying to do too many things at once, but we never give our attention or our effort to one thing. When we do that, we don't get anything done. Where focus goes, energy flows. When we learn to say no, we can prioritize and give our best effort to the things that are going to get us closer to the outcomes or whatever we're looking for, rather than pissing away time on something that wasn't worth our time. Remember the wisdom of Steve Jobs. Focus is not about saying yes to the things you got to do. It's about saying no to everything else.